Peace, peace, peace. This is your international sales and marketing hitman, your humble hip hop sales coach, Tiger Toledo. And you already know what it is, man. You rocking with the best. So today we're going to be having some pretty good topics. We heard your requests. We heard your concerns, so we're going to address some of them today. So we're going to talk about three things today. We're going to talk about strategies for expanding your notary services. The second thing is going to be about how to navigate challenging notary requests. And then the last one, we're going to talk about tips on starting your own mobile notary business. I'm joined by my brother here, Tech. Tech is in the house. What up, Tech?
What up, man? You heard? How you doing?
You heard? So as you know, we're streaming live on YouTube, and then we also have an in studio audience. So you can gladly put in your requests as far as questions, comments, and we'll give you a shout out on the show. We might even go live on Instagram because our IG be popping too. So, Tech, I wanted to talk first about strategies for expanding your notary services. Any thoughts?
Yeah, man. Well, that's a good topic, man, because you should always be thinking about, or it's a good idea to be considering always expanding. In other words, you know, I left the notary game for about 82 days.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't technically leave, but my commission expired. 86, actually 82 days to be exact. And throughout that 82 days, over those just short of 3 months, right? So imagine this is how this is the industry you're involved in. This is how you get money. This is how you get paid. This is how you operate. And then what up, Gina? And then
You gotta live a long time, Gino. We was just talking about you.
yeah, you go 82 days, no
Mm-hmm.
commission, but during those 82 days, I averaged $158 for throughout that duration.
Mm.
When I reflected back on that whole experience, it gave me the biggest observation to take away is that I now have a business. I'm able to operate this with or without a commission. Now, obviously, I think it's a little bit better if you do actually have an active commission, a little bit more flexible in terms of you going and executing the notarization if it came to that. But nonetheless, I wasn't able to do that, but I was still able to generate income. But just being able to get to that stage allowed me to, or me thinking about expanding. And if I was ever in a position where I couldn't go and execute a notarization, I had the capacity to do so. So
Yeah.
expanding it's just you. It could just be you, but if you think on that level of being able to expand.
Now, what did you do to expand it?
First thing I did was I called other notaries.
Okay.
Make sure I know that this is a real person. Hey man, I'm a notary in Charlotte. I'm a notary in Miami. I'm a notary in Houston. Do you ever get signings about real estate ease agreements? You ever get documents related to uh, immigration? Do you ever go to correctional facilities? Oh man, yes, sometimes I do that. Nah, not
Mhm.
very much. No matter what they say, that's not what you're looking for. You're not looking for their answer. You're looking for, okay, well, listen, man, I get calls like that all the time in your area.
Mhm.
If I get a call, can I actually send that your way? Sure, you can do that. I'll be happy to do that. Cool, man. Well, this is my name. Uh, and who am I speaking to? All right, Marlon. Okay, Marlon, listen, man. Next time I get a power of attorney or real estate ease agreement, grand deed, whatever it is, next time I get that in your area, I'll be happy to give you a call. You get something in my area, give me a call. Cool, man. Appreciate that. Man. And now, so now I've already set the stage, already set the seed. for me to go ahead and expand. So that's what I did. Call other notaries. I wouldn't go beyond that. Anything more than that, it's not that it's technical, but I would start there. Start there.
Truth is that's one of the hardest things to do, because that's a cold outreach, right?
Sure.
So you're reaching out to people that don't know who you are. You never talked to them before. They're not familiar with your work. They're not familiar with your pay structure or anything like that. And you're initiating a cold outreach and convincing them to want to do business with you, right? Persuading them to say, hey, look, I'm a good alternative for when things are slowed down. Do some business with me. Any thoughts on that, Gina?
No, basically you touched on that, to expand your network. That way you have, you have notaries on reserve, basically. That's what that is.
Yeah.
If you're not able to execute the assignment, that's where the reserves come in. And especially if you already kind of pre-vetted them already and they're on standby,
yes,
you already know that, hey, I'm not able to facilitate this appointment, but I have people on Rolodeck I can get, and they've been pre-vetted, and they're what's the word I'm looking for? Used to that type of assignment, whether it's working in a correctional facility or had experience working in a hospice or things of that magnitude. You know that will be done right because they've had experience doing it, and plus you pre-vetted them. So
indeed. One of the things that I used to do, like whenever a client would reach out to me and need a notary in that area,
right,
like an area that I never lived in before, I would first of all, I would scatter and try to find a notary to fulfill that assignment.
of course.
But right after that, I would call different notaries in that area, just like you just said, lock them down, get them into Rolodex, just in
Correct.
case I called that one notary, which happened many times,
Yes.
and unavailable.
Yeah.
Right.
So then, I had a few people I already initiated a phone call with,
Right.
and they're like, "Oh yeah, I remember you. You're with so and so out of Chicago. Yeah, I could do that assignment." The conversation goes so much smoother when you plan ahead, instead of waiting to run around like
at the last minute.
Head.
And also make a point when you have, once you facilitate that appointment on your downtime, like you said, to scout around. Also, what was successful for me was when you do that, also specifically ask what days are you available. Ask what is your time schedule. Are you available to do last minute appointments? Are you able to work at night? Those are the critical questions you need to ask on top of that. So that way, depending on the time frame that you're getting that appointment, you have those specific people that okay, between 2 and 6, I got these set of notaries that's their time frame that they work at. Or if you got something at night, you have those set of notaries that that they're going to be available between 6 at night to 11 at night or something like that. Or if you have an overnight person, you have that in place. Or to a secret weapon, you can have some remote notaries on standby that do 24 hours. And depending on that schedule, if you got somebody that needs something overnight and nothing's available, and you got a remote notary that can work 24 hours, you can facilitate off that to them as well.
Charge more for the remote at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Oh yeah.
That's right.
I'd do that too. Heck yeah, I would. Uh, I'm glad we're talking about this because I think it was Tahisha that mentioned this in our group.
Okay.
How notaries are like acting very cultish, right?
Yes.
They're
Yeah.
acting, they're moving like, this is Jim Jones,
Or
what's
David
his name,
Koresh.
Marilyn Manson type cult and shit. And
Yes.
it's,
Yes.
y'all
That's
gotta
what I was
stop that,
touching on a
man.
little. That's what I was touching on yesterday about that. Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
talk about that?
Yeah. When we had that live with Dominique, and yeah, I touched on that briefly. I'm like, yeah, this cult, certain mentor teachers, they just like, hoard everything, and it's like it's crazy. And at the end of the day, we're all colleagues, and that same person that you, oh, get out of here, kid, scram, you bother me, that might be that person that might got that bag for you, but since defecated on them, you know I'm just saying, you never know what where your opportunities may lie.
I agree. What do you say, Tech?
Yeah, bro. It slows you down.
Mm-hmm.
Slows you down. And right now, the good thing is you can neutralize a lot of competition with speed. You're
Yes.
faster,
Mm-hmm.
quicker. If I'm able to resolve a question faster than the next person, I'm quicker than
Right.
them. Only way I can do that is by duplicating myself, or at least increasing my distribution capacity. So it
Correct.
doesn't make sense to me. Uh, it's the opposite of growth. It's going in the
Mm-hmm.
opposite direction. So if
Pretty
you're not,
much.
you're dying.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, I agree with you. The whole I'm gonna take all of the pie for myself. I believe that's a scarcity mindset,
Mm-hmm.
which that is like, if I can't eat, nobody's gonna eat. That's like
Right.
ridiculous in this type of business. I mean, I don't know how much growth you could possibly have.
Right.
Uh, just trying to service everybody yourself. I could honestly say one thing: is you won't see wealth doing that
No.
because you're a one man show. And if you're a one man show, that means you can't go on vacations. You can't, you
No.
can't, you can't have a hiccup. Like, and life will interject. Life
Always.
will bump you
Oh yeah.
hard. So yeah, the whole like let's all travel in this cult thing, like, and there's 4.4 million notaries in the United States. it,
Right.
it doesn't even make sense, and we're just talking about United States. We're not even talking about international markets.
No. Exactly.
You know what I mean? And for
Exactly.
those that think like it's impossible to set up business in international markets, the first thing you would do, which I already done, was set up in English speaking countries. So
That's
places
right.
like London, Australia, um, what is it?
UK.
UK, South Africa, where they talk, English over there as well.
Right.
Those places, they all need notaries. So,
Everybody needs a notary.
so doing the cold outreach like that and reaching out to people, and let me tell you something. When I first started in the notary business,
Mm-hmm.
I did not look at websites of people in America.
Mm-hmm.
I, I, I went straight to London
Okay.
all right, that
just to see the difference
Mm-hmm.
of how they're presenting their notary services, how they're
Right.
presenting their product. I didn't want to look like everybody else in the United States.
Right.
So I looked at a couple of companies in London, and they had a white glove notary service, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they didn't show uh, uh, a DHL or a FedEx truck. they showed a goddamn 747 jet
Right.
courier service for overnight, right?
Right.
And I was like, that's great. It's fantastic. So when I brung that, and then I looked at a couple of other places, like I looked at Australia, and then I looked at a couple of other English speaking countries, and they presented their company much differently.
Oh yeah.
Way we would like the way Americans presented their company, they made it seem like title escrow companies was doing us a favor.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, I can do that.
right?
Oh yeah.
But on the other side of the ocean, they were like, "We're doing you a favor."
Right.
Yeah.
You should be glad we
that part.
your phone
Yeah.
call.
Because they know their worth, and two, they know the magnitude of the scope of what we're commissioned to do.
Yes.
And they hold them in international waters. They hold notaries in the same esteem as high-ranking government officials, lawyers. Yeah, they have them. They have notaries in high regard more than America does.
That's
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah, that's crucial.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because I got the idea from reaching out to law firms and having them under my umbrella from international waters.
Right.
Because they were like, we can put you in touch with this law firm that does this. We can put you in touch with, like, they approach the business as if they can do everything, but they do everything, right?
Correct.
So I was like, that's smart as hell because now they have law firms that they work directly with. So if you're looking to get a will or divorce or something, and be like, yeah, we'll put you in touch with a person like that, and then we'll do the notarization.
Correct.
I was like, that's a win-win situation.
Right. It's peanut butter and jelly at the end of the day because, yeah, the lawyers, yes, they went to law school, they got their degree, and they're, all of that good stuff. But at the end of the day, you still need a notary to seal the deal. So you got a lawyer, and then you have the notary. It's peanut butter and jelly. It's grilled cheese, the bread and the cheese. You know what I mean? It's a sandwich. You can't have one without the other.
Yeah. Notaries are just happy to be working, man. And I hate to say it that way, but they're just happy that somebody's going to give them an opportunity to put their commission to use. When in fact, they thought on that level of saying that, listen, I actually have this commission that is powerful.
It's extremely powerful.
I ask the question to notaries, do you know what a notary actually is?
Correct.
See, in America, somebody gets a commission, they didn't even have to do anything to get it. They just signed up, paid $30, and then put their name, not fully understanding the power of this. Versus in other places, and I'm just saying, California, you got to take a 6-hour class, bro.
Right. Yeah. Like, North Carolina, they don't play. Yo, you gotta go to school, and you better pass with an 80%. That you can't. You under that, you fail, and you got to start over again, and you got to repay.
Now, so when you take that test, Regina, when you take that test, you know what a notary is, or at least you come up with a better understanding. But in other countries, they hold the notaries in such high regard because they have such their level of prestige or esteem is so high. Right. So it makes it valuable. Here, people, man, I'm just happy that Fidelity Title Company signed me up. I'm just happy that Amrock put me on there. Man, listen, forget all.
But I think I guess I'm speaking from my perspective as a longtime government service person. I don't think people that have been working in don't have a background working in government like me understand the significance of being commissioned. And that's a big deal.
Yeah.
For you to sit up to go in front of somebody and take an oath that you are going to do the duties that you are commissioned and take an oath on. When you take an oath, just for those that was in the military, you take an oath before you go in,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that oath is that you're going to stand on integrity. You're going to, serve the people that you took an oath for, and you serving the people to make sure that their best interest is being adhered to. That where our position is to be neutral. So we're not taking nobody's side. We're commissioned by the state that we reside in to make sure that the consumer is being protected.
Yeah.
That's really our job. That we're commissioned officers to protect people. So maybe instead of looking at it from, okay, I'm hoping that some, AMROC or somebody called me to do a signing. You know what I mean? Nah, you need me. Okay. And I think that's and I felt privy to that. Oh, I hope somebody call me. No, after a while, thanks to you, Tiger, and UTech and Dominique, and who else? The Abnormal Notary, because she was my mentor once, honorable mention. The thing is, you got to know your worth, and nothing moves in this commerce without a notary. It's just that simple. You can't buy no car, you can't buy no house, you can't buy no $1 million yacht, you can't buy no $1 million home, no nothing. Nothing goes through without our signature, without our signature and our stamp. It's just that simple. And once you really take heed of what that means, people hopefully will have a lot more respect for our profession. Well, that's the thing. And also, as a notary, to know how valuable you really are. And when you know your worth, you're not going to have nobody treat you less than. You're just not. That for your business, your clientele, and your revenue. And it's going to spend, once you make that connection and make peace with it, so to speak, you're going to thrive and grow. You're going to thrive and grow and be successful.
Yeah. I got a text this morning from a young lady and was asking me, do you think I should take a loan signing class? Right. So my answer was, it doesn't hurt you. Right. It doesn't hurt to take that loan signing class. If anything, it will add value to the service that you provide.
Right.
But here's the thing, though. If you're looking to scale the company or grow the company, do I think becoming a loan signing agent does that? Not necessarily, because it doesn't have the strategies and principles to do that. It's a self-taught, I'm going to learn how to read these documents, understand these documents, so I know what I'm looking at when I'm doing it.
Right.
There's no growth in that. You're still a one-man show with that skill, but you just stacked onto your skill, which makes your services even more valuable.
Yeah, you just added another skill set, basically.
Yeah. So what would you have told that person, Tech, if they sent you a text about, hey, I'm considering doing loan signings. Do you think it's a great idea?
The first question I would ask you, I'll say, okay, are you looking to become more busy, or are you looking to advance or develop that, like Gina said, that skill set? Are you looking to attract? They might say something like, "Yeah, I'm looking to attract more title companies so that I could actually, get more signings." I was like, "Don't do it then." it doesn't accomplish that unless the particular training or course that you're getting ready to take specifically says we're going to help you get more appointments. Listen, man, bottom line is this: you got to get people to understand that I am a notary or you're a notary, and you can help them.
Right.
That's basically it. If you take a specific area of development, like loan signing, for example, if they say, "Hey, I want to take a loan signing course," I say, "Go ahead, do it. Fine by me." But what is it? What is your specific outcome? If you want to get more clients, more signings,
Yeah,
that ain't it.
Right.
You got to increase your traffic. You got to get more phone calls or get more. Just having that distinction doesn't create more business. It doesn't.
what would you say, Gina, if you received that text?
If I received that text,
Mhm.
it wouldn't be no different than what you and Tex said. At the end of the day, I would let them know that even with that skill set, if you do decide that that's your avenue, you have to understand it's going to be, pitfall, not really pitfall so much, but you're going to have ebbs and flows. It's not going to be that realm is not really consistent in terms of consistent clients. So at some point, you're gonna have to learn to kind of diversify that when things are kind of on a downslope. What will you do in the meantime while you're on that downslope? So I would say if that's your realm you want to go into, fine, but understand that there in that frame that there's going to be downturns, and you might want to diversify and do other things on top of that in preparation of that.
Yeah.
This is for business owners, man. Like what we're talking
Oh,
about.
for business owners. Oh, yeah, definitely.
No. Junior, what I'm saying is this conversation that we're having. This
Right.
is this is for people who approach this like business owners.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You approach this in any other manner, this may not be making sense.
Correct.
Right?
Right.
What we're talking about the context may not actually register. What we're saying is, if you're trying to use this commission in a manner that's going to generate income for you, there's a lot of ways to do it.
Oh yeah.
You can, if you think that taking a loan signing training will help you to generate income, then I can't stop you from believing what you're going to believe. You're going to believe that.
Right.
I would ask. That's why I would ask. I would say, well, let me understand, because people might say that, right, Tiger? They might say, "Oh, should I take a loan signing course?" And they're thinking this is going to help me generate more income.
Because that's what they've been hearing.
Yeah, that connection. I would ask, are you looking to develop your ability to read through a document, or to somehow familiarize yourself with an alta statement or with an AKA statement? Like, what specifically are you trying to do? Are you trying to get more business? Are you trying to get more appointments? Are you trying like?
Yeah, that's a good point.
They're going to satisfy that.
That's a really good point. The way you will approach that, right? Because when I first started in this notary business, I was getting all the phone calls, but I didn't have my commission, right? And I definitely didn't know nothing about loan signings or anything. So I outsourced it. I mean, even to this day, I briefly took a loan signing course and dropped out. Like, I'm a loan signing dropout, right? But when I get calls for loan signing, like we were talking about earlier, I just find a bunch of loan signers in my area that I could dispatch.
That's it.
Now, when you're dispatching the notaries, you better find out how much they're going to charge you,
right,
up front. Now, luckily for business owners, notary entrepreneurs, notary business owners, we know that most notaries are not pricing themselves accordingly, right? So this leaves us with a nice profit margin. And
Yes.
look, ladies and gentlemen, this is a business. Our job as business owners is to make as much money as possible.
Right.
So if you're just a so-called notary and for a loan signing, you're charging $65, that's on you. Don't get pissed off
Right.
or mad that we're walking away with 250 and stuff like
Right.
that. You gave us the price. That is what you valued your price at. So as a business owner, I will say this, as notary business owners, man, sometimes we have to be quite ruthless with the way we run our business, because at the end of the day, we're servicing, we're providing work to people.
Right.
Some notaries are a little bit shady. They will try to snake you. There's ways to stop that in its tracks. I have a short that's going to be released on Friday about watching out for shady notaries, because they will call your clients and they will pitch their own deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then
Right.
cut your throat.
After you specifically tell them, don't call the client, don't text
Right.
the client.
But here's the thing though, Tech, right? You gave the, if they call the client, you actually put them in position to call that client.
Correct.
Don't give them the goddamn phone number.
Don't.
Right.
Just give them the assignment. This is the assignment. Here's the location. That's it. You call me when you get to there. That's how that goes.
Yep. You are the point of contact. Everything
Correct.
runs through your agency. This
From
is
A
game, y'all.
to Z. Correct. I will notify the client. As a matter of fact, you call me when you get there to let me know that you are at that assignment. Then I will get in contact with that client after everything's over to as a quality assurance. How did everything go? That kind of thing. Okay. If you run, if the notary, if you the notary that you sent on that assignment, if you let them know, if you run into any challenges, you call me directly. Okay, you call me directly.
So if I get a flat tire, I should call the client and let them know I'm late. Or should I call you?
Call me. I'll notify the client.
Yep. And this is a perfect segue for challenges. Our second topic is how to navigate challenging notary requests. So I like throwing in power of attorney because that's one of my favorites, right? So let's say you get a phone call, Tech and Gina, and the client is like, my client has arthritis, and the way they sign their name is very sloppy. They can't really sign their name in a legible way. Is that going to be a problem? What is your answer to that?
No, for me, based on North Carolina law, there's allowed for them if they have a health challenge, and as long as they put a mark and as long as there's witnesses, verifiable witnesses, shouldn't be a problem.
Tech?
Yeah, that's it. Listen, I tell people straight up, try your best. Try your best.
Right. Exactly.
If you can't do it, then like Gina said, just do it the standard way, which is make the mark, 2 witnesses. Let's go.
Yeah, as long as everybody's ID checks out and matches, we won't have an issue. Won't be an issue.
Okay, here goes another challenge. Need to get a power of attorney, and my grandmother is in the hospital. She's in and out of consciousness, so she's loopy. How would you address the client on that?
Situation like that would be, I would.
Now she knows she wants to do the power of attorney.
Right. Well, she has. If she's like in and out loopy or anything, we'll have to have them get in touch with the doctor or something like that, and to have the doctor sign off or whatever that they going, they have this health issue, they're not cognizant, that kind of thing, and have that paperwork to verify that, and possibly if the doctor can be there during the signing or something like that as a witness, just to cover yourself.
Okay. Tech?
Listen, you say this is your grandma?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's do this right now. That's all I'm saying. Let's do this right now. Your grandma might die tomorrow. I hate to put it that way. I wouldn't say that. I'm just being.
Yeah.
I'm trying to paint the
little
picture.
rough. Little rough.
Yeah.
Right. You're like, hey, God damn.
Hey, truth be told, I have said that to somebody before, though. I have said that to them, but they, in this situation, it was a Sunday. I'll never forget this. Sunday, 2:30 in the afternoon. I'm driving up 101 highway, and I got the call. They're in Alameda Hospital. The name don't matter, but this is kind of like a county hospital. Put it like this way: if you got some money, you ain't going there. All right, you going somewhere else. This is where people, Anyway, he's on life support, in and out of consciousness. We got to get this signed. And I said, I'll come right now. Right now.
All right.
She said, I don't know how much longer he has to live. I said, we'll come right now. My recommendation is to do this right now. Grandma could die tomorrow. And then what? You at the graveyard at 9:30 to go ahead and do her notarization from the grave?
You are not right for that. And I
Come
was really sitting here
Come through, Dom.
But you hit the quiet with the tomorrow isn't promised. I'm dead. I am done. Yo, you said, yo, good night. I'm going to bed. I'm done.
Come through.
You were like, listen, homie, I can only stand it if she got a post. She might not have one tomorrow, my dude. Let me stop. Heck,
hey, no. Tiger, has anyone ever died on you? I'm just being real.
After
somebody
I've done
died
the
on
notarization.
Me. Somebody died on me in a notarization.
Oh, during the notarization?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Somebody died on me. As soon as they signed, but they were positive. It was at hospice. Yeah, it was at hospice. I was actually in the hospice unit, and I had the nurses there, I had everybody there, and they were supposed to finish their paperwork. And then they finished signing. They told me how nice I was. And the next thing you know, I was like, beep. I said, oh, I gotta go. Bye. I said, good night. See you later.
Literally.
Oh, shit.
I was like, wow. Yeah, it was a lot. And then after that, my husband ended up calling me back to the hospital, like I think a day later, because they were cleaning stuff out. The family had called me back to the hospital. I didn't know what it was, but they ended up wanting to add me to their paperwork. They actually wanted to give me $10,000. And I was like, I can't risk my commission. And so like, I can't do that. Like, they were just so thankful that like I came last minute and I did everything. And like, because it was like 8:00 at night. And I was like, man, listen, that would have been my whole BBL. But if I didn't want to keep my commission, honey.
Right. That, yeah.
But you do. A lot of people don't realize like what carries you in business for all these years is how you treat people and when you show up. Like the appointments that matter the most are the ones that I really don't feel like doing. The ones I really don't want to do. The ones I really don't have time to do. The ones that are like in the middle of the night. Then you go there. Or the ones with me, I have a drive-up service. The ones I don't feel like going outside for. Those are like those last minute, you're making an impact in somebody's life type deal. And those are the ones that refer you more than anybody else. And that's how you carry your business. And the family still checks on me. They still send a random message, and the daughter actually, she refers me all around just because I was there for that little 3-minute appointment. It was 3 minutes because you know me, I move fast.
What kind of document was it, by the way?
It was a power of attorney. It was a power of attorney.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then I tried to refund them their money because that was I was like, man, I was like, let me refund them this money because that's kind of messed up. And with that, I ended up charging them. I think it was like the base fee. It was like $225 because they were in hospice, and it was like nothing big. Normally I charge more, but they ended up tripling it.
Wow.
When I went to go refund them their money, because I just sent through the refund. I didn't even have a conversation with them. And then they were like, something, there was a return on the card. And I said, no, I did that on purpose. She said, well, can you resend the invoice so I could repay it? And I sent the invoice. Now I always keep the tip tab open on the
Right.
invoices.
Mm.
And they tipped me double what my price was. So I got paid triple.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, if you're good to people, people are going to be good to you.
Yes.
But for a lot of people, you got to just keep it funky. You got to keep it moving. A lot of people with appointments, they don't. I keep it very upfront with a lot of people, especially if it's a remedial form, like if it's something stupid, especially if they're coming to me. 9 times out of 10, I'm like, oh, just leave me a Google review, and they're like, oh, really? Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, and those are the best reviews. Because do I really need this little whatever? I don't need it right now. Like, I'm all right. But guess what? The next 3 referrals, that tripled, quadrupled what I would have made if I charged them regular, never made an impact or an impression, and never got a review. You get what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
you have to carry your business with some sort of empathy or whatever. But
Yeah.
again, we're in the money making business.
Yes, we
I'm
are.
in the business of making money. But I also run my businesses, all of them, in the way of which I also know what I can do, what I can't do, what I'm going to be able to pour into at that point in time and what I'm not. And that also changes the structure of my pricing. Now my pricing don't like go away. It don't. We know how I structure everything, but you have to make sure that you're thinking about you too. We're business owners. It
That's
doesn't
right.
matter. I know I can get a box of Kleenex from Target for $4. It'll be the same exact box that I can get from Walmart for $1.99. But do I really want to look at 18 women in booty shorts and feety pajamas smelling like fish sticks, or do I want to go in Target where it's clean and everybody actually washed their ass before I went in there? I want to go to Walmart. I want to go to Target, and I want to pay the extra $3 because
Right.
I got a sensitive nose. So I mean, it's really the quality of what you're getting. Gina, don't laugh at me. You know what I'm saying. I'm
Okay,
just
so
saying.
when grandma's slipping in and out of consciousness, what time are you gonna be here? What you tell them?
Wow.
How far away? I'm looking for the address. Drop the Addy. I listen, the way that I am, especially when it comes to high dollar documents, I be singing to them on the phone. Send me your location and focus on communicating. I'm not
All
playing.
right, Khalid. All
I
right.
got listen, I got bills. I got bills. But
Oh wait, let me ask you. So would you ask them any additional questions as far as like grandma in and out of consciousness? Like, is
no, why am I on the phone that long? I could be on my way. We could figure that shit out when we get there, especially if it's a
okay?
facility. It's in a facility. You have the nurses that are there around the clock. You
Exactly.
got HR there.
Doctors.
You
Yep.
got everybody there. You got the fucking feeder aide there. Why
Hmm.
am I sitting on the phone for 40 minutes if I know they're in a facility and there's 100 people that could be like, yo, she don't want to do this shit. The nurse that washes her ass is a witness.
Good point. Good
Why
point.
am I gonna sit on the phone, be like, so how is grandma feeling today? That lady don't know. She just trying to get any listen. The family member that's trying to get that document signed, they're just doing it for business purposes. They're not sitting up in that bitch with grandma every day. They only gonna be there
They're
for the
not.
nurse for the thing because grandma wouldn't be in a fucking facility if they was really kicking it with grandma like that.
True.
Facts.
So
True.
again, down.
I had a girl come to my house yesterday with her grandfather, geriatric as all be, in the passenger seat because grandma died. Grandpa got the car in his name because he's the point. Grandma died 2 days ago and she's already trying to trade in the freaking car.
Mm.
Wow.
Grandma's not even cold. And poor
Wow.
grandpa, he was just shaking in the thing. He's like, this is my only granddaughter. I'm like, yo, this girl's going to hell. She going right to hell because
Wow.
because she's like, listen,
Heartless.
geez. She's like, listen, geez. She's like, Grandpa on his way out. I need to trade this in because I want a truck. I'm like, yo, dogs, what is happening?
Yeah, what's in it for me?
But at the end of the day, guess what? She done sent 4 of her friends over. Why? Because my thing is how I hook people in is I'm like, listen, just come through. I'll make it as painless as possible. Because where you make it painful, when people are calling us for a service, they don't give a shit who we are, what we've been through, how we've been it, or what the intricacies of notarizations are. Nobody wants to hear a fucking penal code. Do you know that we have to do this because the notary law and the NNA said,
Right.
shut the fuck up. Nobody cares.
Yep.
I don't care, and they don't care. I'm going to say, listen, here's my book. You have to sign my book. Let me check your ID. Just whatever. Make it as simple as possible. Do you have your document? Do you know what your document is being used for? Do you have do you have your proper identification? Cool beans. I'm done. I don't care. Then nothing past that is not, as long as I check the IDs, they sign my book, and I'm able to stamp and sign, they can sign, they're on their way. They're done. Where everybody else is making their businesses go down to a fault is when they're over analyzing documents over the phone. Their phone time is too freaking long. They're like, people are saying, oh, I need a document notarized. And they're like, okay, what kind of document is it? And they're like, it's an affidavit. An affidavit for what? Or no, you cannot ask them what it's called or what they're, just say, what is the document being used for? Then they could tell you what it is, and then you can gauge your pricing. Don't ask them to read out the whole document or be like, oh, well, I never did that before, but yeah, I could look at, like, please shut up. It's either an acknowledgement or a jurat. Keep it pushing. If you know your notarial acts, then there's no reason why. Y'all are messing up your money with your mouths. Y'all are talking
Ain't
too
that the
much.
truth?
Y'all are talking too much.
Oh, okay, wait. I want to say this. This is a perfect segue for the third topic.
Listen, I wasn't even trying to be on here, but I
Yeah,
had to,
you on here now. We clean now.
Mhm.
Tips for starting your own mobile notary business.
Okay.
Give me 3 tips, Dominique.
Tips for starting your own notary business?
Mobile
Are
notary.
you mobile notary business?
Yes.
Figure out how you gonna answer the phone, and make sure that you know what the fuck you're talking about. Once you know your notarial acts, just gauge your pricing. I'm so tired. Oh, and also another way, I'm so tired of people being like, "Oh, can we see your price sheet? Your price sheet? Your price sheet?" My bills ain't your bills. My upkeep ain't your upkeep. My service ain't your service. Don't ask me what I charge, because what I charge changes by the day.
Wait,
Because I
like
might want to
who's
pay.
asking you for your price sheet?
Everybody asks for price sheets. I feel like new notaries are always like, I don't know what to charge. What do you charge? How do I charge? Da, 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 da.
For price sheets, or are you talking about other notaries?
No, other notaries are always worried about price sheets and everything else, when they have to realize, like, if I'm driving, that's like Tech drives a Ford F-350 and I drive a I don't know, what are them little stupid 2-door smart car
A
shits?
fiat.
Fiat.
Right.
Obviously, Tech's travel fee is going to be more than mine because he got to
True.
put diesel in his shit. I'm
Yeah,
on 87 and I get 400 miles per gallon.
that's true.
A lot of people are not realizing it. If I have 7 kids, Tech got 1 kid. His grocery bill is a lot cheaper than mine.
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
You have to gauge your business by what your upkeep are. A lot of y'all came into this business buying a bunch of dumbass courses from people who just smile on the camera and be like, hey, guess what? Notary stampity doodah. And guess what? Y'all paid them $1,000 and they don't even call your ass back. You're dumb.
Nope.
So now you have to charge more to get your money back before you even start making money.
Facts.
That's the problem. A lot of people are looking in everybody else's lawn and not looking at their own lives and their own businesses. This is not a game of Mr. Me Too. You come in, you support yourself, you support each other, you show love, but everybody's business is different. Everybody's preferences are different. Everybody's cost commitment is different. Everybody's time commitment is different.
So
You
get
know,
on.
it's funny you say that. Go ahead, Tech.
No, no, I agree, man. I would just say yes. I would say get a, not just know what to say, but get on the phone. Actually, like have a real business phone. Separate
Have
that.
a business. Yes, separate your business from it. Don't answer the phone and be like, hello. Don't do that. Have your thing. Like me, I say, signed by Dominique. Let's make it official. What can I notarize for you today?
I like
Why?
that.
Because I'm not good on small talk. Small talk annoys the balls off of me. I'm a New Yorker. I'm not going to ask you how you are today because I don't give a shit. I want to know, what can I notarize for you today? Because you're calling my phone and I need to keep my phone line down. Because I'm not going to sit on the phone for 10 minutes for a $20 notarization when I got a freaking $250 power of attorney that's still ringing on my other line because you're still telling me how your day is. That's
Mm.
stupid.
Mhm.
I'm not doing what's not clicking, Steven. We're going to keep it pushing. What can I notarize for you today? Of course. Are you looking for a mobile appointment or a drive up? Well, what's the difference? Well, mobile, I travel to you. That's just the base pricing plus a travel fee. If you come to me, then it's just the price for the notarization.
You
Oh,
done
okay.
mastered that.
Well, I'll come to you. Oh, will you? Okay, well, the base price is $50. Why? It would have been 50 if I traveled to you, my dude. It's just one page. But you don't know because I told you the options. I laid it out. You didn't
Mhm.
ask what's one price versus the other. You tried to go the cheap route, but guess what? I'm still making what I would have made if I would have started up my damn car.
Mm.
And you're coming to me on my schedule.
Mhm.
But that's where my thing is, people over talk. I don't, when people call me and I give them two options, I don't say, they don't say, oh, well, what's the difference? I don't say, well, if I travel to you, it'll be $49.95. But if you come to me, it'll be $24.97. I don't do that. I tell them
Mm.
what the difference is between the two. You tell me which one you want, and I'm going to tell you what the price is.
I want to
If
hear
you
your
over talk, you talk yourself out of
phone.
business.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They ask what the drive up service includes. Well, it's kind of like going through a drive through. You just pull up, you let the notary know you arrived. The notary comes out to your vehicle. You have your proper identification and your document. And we take care of everything right at the vehicle. And they're like, oh, wow, I don't have to get out. No, absolutely not. And guess what? Clipboard, stamp, paper, and notebook. You out there 3 minutes, they pull off. They think you're the best thing since sliced bread and you keep it fucking pushing.
Mhm.
My money don't stop.
So, as a coach, have you noticed that people will over talk or just talk
I think
themselves
people
out of a sale?
overtalk. I think they overthink. I also see a lot of people that now they came into this, they got a bunch of mixed information from the people that are out here looking like everything that glitters is gold, but they don't
Mm.
want to take advice from the motherfuckers that are in the trenches that actually survived the trenches.
Mhm.
Don't tell me about somebody who got on YouTube and used trust fund money or stole money from their grandmama to get into this business.
Right.
Talk to the motherfuckers who built it and they still here.
Mhm.
And now look at you. You're an average person with average bills, with kids, with everything else. You got a nigga you laying next to, and he's like, you took that money from bills to go be a notary and you ain't stamped shit. And then look, now you got marital problems and stuff. That's not my problem. You got to go talk to that nigga over there that you
Mhm.
took that $8,000 class from, and you still don't feel confident enough to go out there.
So what you're
Mm.
saying is you took a specific type of training or course to get a specific type of outcome, and you didn't get that outcome. So you
And
should
you
go to
didn't
that
get
person.
that outcome, but also nobody has really thought about it. Everybody wants to take class after class after class, and they don't even know what the fuck they want to do with their business. And then
Mm.
they're sitting here making no money because at the end of the day, like when anybody wants to take a class from me, I ask them, what is your goal? What do you want to do? And I want
Mhm.
to gauge your personality because guess what? Not everybody could be a loan signing agent. I'd be like, listen, you talk too much or you're overthinking shit. You're gonna be in there for 4 hours and you're not gonna make no money.
Mm.
You need to stick to G&W. You can make your money that way. Or if you pick up shit fast, do everything. Let's go. Let's figure out how to niche you out. What's your area look like? Not everything's for everybody.
That's
Mhm.
It's
true.
not.
I know
It's
I
not.
don't like loan signings at all. Like I
I
won't.
know. And
I'll take
anybody
the
could
money
loan
though.
sign.
I'll take the money all day. But I'm dispatching somebody else to do that.
But the way that I do loan signings, like I have escrow officers, title officers that call me, they beg me to come into the office. Why? And I go into the office with other notaries, right? And they're in there and they think they're like just really doing something. Escrow officers never double check my work. I bang out fucking 10 in fucking 4 hours and I'm out of there. They're still on their third one because they want to talk about, oh, do you like how your kitchen looks in the new build? You're a dumbass. We trying to sign signatures, take pictures with the big keys and keep it pushing. That's how I maximize my money and I maximize my time. People respect that more than anything else. And that's where the problem is. Everybody wants to sit there and make friends at a damn signing table, but these niggas ain't your friend. You're there to provide a service. That's like sitting at McDonald's getting a damn cheeseburger and sitting there talking at the window. You can't sit there and talk at the window all day and be like, oh, yeah, I love these fries. What'd you do last week? That's not happening. Come on. What are we talking about? You're there providing a service. You need to run your business as a business person. If you go to the bank, is a teller asking you anything besides how's your day as a courtesy?
No.
Not because they really give a damn about your day. You running your business not as a business, but as a damn friendship circle. That's the problem. And I think a lot of stuff needs to change. There's so many people that are just bitching, moaning, and complaining on the internet. They're not making money, but you're not doing anything. You're not hustling. You're not out here. And you also didn't figure out what was right for you. This shit ain't for everybody. Is it easy? Yeah, it's easy. But you got to hustle. It's easy to stamp a paper, but the hustle's not for everybody. Hustle ain't rated E for everybody. Everybody don't got hustle in them. Everybody don't got hustle mentality. Everybody also does not know how to pivot. Motherfuckers can't spell pivot. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If something's not pushing or making money, I'm a transition. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. That's how I've been in this business for 11 years.
Okay, so the other two suggestions I would say, in addition to having a business phone, not to cut you off, Dominique.
How the hell you got by a bridge? You was just on a porch, not even in the ocean.
Welcome to California. I'm near the ocean. I'm near the mountains. I'm near the snow. I'm near the rainforest. I'm near the woods. I'm near lakes. This is California. This is how we live out here. This is how we do. What are you talking about? I got oil fields.
Go on, tell them what they need. Tell them what they need, Tech, because you know I still didn't get my my briefcase. I just wanted to put that out there because he really thinks that I forgot, and I don't forget shit.
I really did. I thought you forgot.
I didn't forget. I'll never forget because he at this point he could have just had a gold briefcase printed on a T-shirt and mailed to me, but you know he's not even thinking or pivoting. You see that? You see the problem? Now everybody could pivot.
I swear, I got the tracking number and you never, for some reason, maybe the address is wrong. I don't know.
No, you went on Temu and tried to send me some Temu shit instead of Amazon, and that's not right. Do I look like a Shein type of bitch?
TV Alliance on Instagram was like, not the briefcase. Yeah, Dominique gonna run that briefcase down.
Yeah, man.
Dominique, let me ask you something.
Kim Yanni's on YouTube. She was like, period. Stop talking so much.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Kim Yanni. But yeah, go ahead, Tech. What would be your top 3 tips? Starting your vehicle notary business.
Real simple, bro. Get a separate business phone. I'll beat that horse to death. Get a separate business phone. Reliable vehicle. And then get the call script. Get the call script that says, I know exactly what I'm saying, and then it tracks what people are calling you about. When I first started, the first thing I did was get a cheap cell phone. I have one phone here and I got another phone here. It's like $40. That's all it does is makes money. It's all this phone does. It's its only job. But it can't be the same phone that you use to talk to grandma and your sister and your wife. The second thing is get a reliable vehicle. That's going to give you confidence that you can go out and execute. That's not because if somebody says I'm in the group home and I got, power of attorney, I need a driver's license application, and it's like $50 or it's $150. You being able to say that price, you being able to say it's 224, it'll be 155.03. You being able to say that price, it'll be 65, whatever the price is. I don't even care. But you can say that because you know in the end, I can go into my car, I'm gonna turn in the ignition, I'm gonna start it up, and I can go. I ain't gotta worry about borrowing the truck from my grandma or doing something like that, Uber. Third thing, get the call script, because I'll tell you straight up, number one, I completely my momentum started when I got a call script. At first I was winging it. I was getting calls from people, and then I would say, okay, I guess I'm a notary. This person should hire me just by default, just because I am a notary, and that's not the case. The reason why they hire you is because you can walk them through. You can do the crosswalking technique. You can do the $1 million call script. You can do the automated call script, and you can help them. So that's the reason why people hire you. It's not because you're just a notary. That's the bottom, lowest level of tier. That's almost like the basics. That's just like showing up for class. You don't get a C just for showing up for class, for participation. But you want to be a champion, you want to win, you want to actually take first place. Get the call script. Track what people call you about. Tuesday, I got 1 power of attorney. Thursday, I got 3 driver's license applications. Friday, I got another power of attorney. Saturday, looks like it was a loan closing or a grant deed. Sunday, I got a real estate easement agreement. And just track it just like that. And by the end of the week, you'll see how many times people called you. Why did they call you? And I did that. I've shown this before. I've Excel sheets, just numbers and stuff. And I did it for about 3 months. Practiced the call script, got your second cell phone, got your reliable vehicle. Bro, you don't need no printer. If you have that, that's an upcharge because you can help people with that. You don't need that. Don't ask me about your LLC. You don't need that. Don't ask me about these damn. You have HP or you have Staples gift cards or gas cards or your business credit. You don't need none of that, bro. You need to make some money. You need to get some customers. That's it.
And sidebar, I'm so tired of y'all when y'all give prices when people call you. You sound like you're questioning your own price, and you make people feel like they have the opportunity to negotiate. Don't nobody negotiate with me. If you call me, I say what the price is. I don't have a question undertone or I'm not certain. Make sure you are certain and you're confident. And once you're confident in your skills, you're confident in your pricing. If you can't say verbatim, you know what you're doing, then you're not going to be able to run your business as a business. You're running it as a hobby. And don't go and get an LLC unless you're ready to pay LLC taxes. Don't be complaining at the end of the year because you didn't make no money because you're scared to stamp. Don't go and establish some extra stuff. You're going above your pay grade.
Yeah.
That's the problem. A lot of people put themselves in a hole and a deficit. And then you don't feel confident enough to make money because people are like, oh, I have an affidavit. I need you to come. And you're like, $20. And then you're calling me or you're calling Tiger in an hour after. And you're like, I wasn't really sure. I charged them $20. And we're like, you're slow. And then you're mad at us. What are you mad at us for? Why do you think? Or you're calling us and you're like, well, what would you have charged? Well, listen, Susan, you should have figured that out. What is it worth it for you? Did you look at it? How important was that document to that person? Because if I call somebody right now and I'm like, oh, I need a tire, and they're like, oh, all right, and they give me one price, but if I call them and I'm like, I need a tire, I'm stuck on the side of the road, da, 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 I bet you it's triple the price.
Bleeding neck.
I bet you it is. Guess what? It's the rules of the game. Business is a game.
But at the bottom line, this is not thousands and thousands of dollars, Dominique. Like, right, this is just at the most a couple $100 sometimes it could be
I mean, I do apostilles, so I mean, it do be a few G's for me. It's a little
what different. I'm saying is,
but
in the context of this,
the context, but a lot of people are nervous off of little things.
Well, to help you with those nerves, think of this in the context of what you're doing. This is a transaction. This is something that a service,
and people are overthinking it. And this is another thing. When you're broke, like say right now, we're all broke. All 4 of us. I don't know how many people are in here, but whatever. All of us in this room right now are broke right now. We ain't got no money. We ain't got no money. Listen, I tell everybody I'm broke. I'm like, listen, I got more money than yesterday, a little bit, but just smidgen. Okay. But say we all broke right now. And a lot of people, when they start business, they don't have money because they done invested all of it. So when they're giving their pricing, they're thinking about their personal pockets, like what they could afford for that service. And then they're putting themselves in a hole because you charging people what you could have maybe afforded. Everybody pockets ain't your pockets. I'm charging everybody my price because I want to be on the up. I'm supposed to be up because I have the service. I have the way. That shit ain't moving unless my stamp's on it. And I also like to plan an underline. Oh, okay, they don't like your pricing. Oh, that's fine. If you would like, please let me know. You have no problem. You can go and shop around. But if you would like your document done correctly, just please give me a call. You can call or text this number. And they're like, what? Correctly? Wait. Screw. Hold on.
But Dominique, people don't pay that price in my area though. They just not paying more than $40.
Okay, and that's why they were born, because their mother needed a loaf of bread. That sounds like a personal problem. I got to go into a different service area. See, this is why I can't be on here. This is why I be quiet. See, this is why I be on TikTok. God. Look, Tiger's like, I'm done. Tiger's like, Dominique, get off of here. I'm breaking all the community guidelines.
So we're at the top of the hour. So Dom, let them know what offerings you have, how they can get in touch with you, and what you got going on.
I am everywhere. You can find me everywhere. I'm on IG everywhere. Instagram. I got a website. Got signed by Dominique.com. I have Houston Notary Academy. You could always DM me. Holler at me if you need something. I do one-on-one classes. I do everything. I am.
Any events coming up? You got any live master classes? Any events? I'm
doing one-on-one strictly right now. Just one-on-one. I'm not doing the group classes right now just because I'm in school. I enrolled back in college right now.
Okay, congrats.
I'm a full-time college student again for the 50th time because there's never too many degrees. Holla. But I'm doing one. Oh, Kim, that's my sis. That is my ever. That is my sis. Like that's
we cooking. See, why you gotta show up like when the last hour?
Over.
Come on, man.
You need to follow everybody. If y'all looking at the replay, you watching now, show love, follow everybody because we all support each other here. We all do what we gotta do. But just make sure that your business is your business and it is for you. But I love y'all. I'm always like trying to show it for us here because this is like where there's never no beef except for my briefcase. Just for my briefcase.
What you gonna put in that briefcase, Dominique? I'm just curious.
I'm just saying because I got PTSD from men lying to me and promising me stuff and not coming through. Let me stop playing with you.
Hold on. What you gonna put inside the briefcase?
What do you got going on, Tech? Any offerings, brother?
Yeah. Go to drtech.com. I got the Thumbtack book, the Notaries, the Notaries' second most reliable lead source next to Google. It's the second most reliable lead source next to Google. Google's number one, always the number one. I don't care what nobody say. I don't want to hear it. Google's number one. You should be running ads so that you can get your phone ringing. The number two is Thumbtack. All right. This is a lead generation machine. This thing is always sending quality leads. If you are interested in learning how to use the platform, don't jump on it right away. My recommendation, my professional recommendation, don't jump on it right away. You're going to lose your money. My recommendation is to learn what the platform is. Learn about it. Learn how it works. Maybe even learn a little bit of history of how the platform evolved and how it changed. So the Thumbtack for Notaries book is at drtech.com. It's the only place you can get it. You can't go to Amazon and get it. My recommendation: learn about the platform. It's a lead generation machine, and also I share real life. You see videos of me closing deals. You see me document the whole process from the moment the person contacts me to my first initial response, to the back and forth exchange, to me sending them links, to them processing the payment, and then you see the follow-up with the reviews. You see I outline the entire process. Once again, drtek.com, drtekk.com.
Nice, nice. Kimiani, you're on mute. But next week, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be bringing Kimiani on to talk about credit and business credit. You don't want to miss that show on next week's Notary Weekly Sales Meeting. I'm going to be branching out a little bit more because we could talk about the notary stuff all day, but as far as being a strong business owner, there are some areas that we need to lock down. We need to hone in. We need to lock that shit down so it can help us grow our business a lot better. Kimiani, got anything going on? Any events, classes, offers?
Yes. I do not have any classes at this time, but I do have offers, and that you just touched on it. Personal credit. I'm here to tell y'all, we can't keep stirring these business owners into getting, just like you guys were saying, getting these LLCs and being in deficits. We need to be leveraging personal credit to fall in line with business credit, to fall in line into getting those LLCs. See, I learned the wrong way. I learned on YouTube University, picking up all these videos, all these things back in 2021 when it was the pandemic. Had I known what I know right now today, I would never have done that. I would have never started a notary business the way I started it. You understand? So yeah, personal credit, that's my thing right now. So that's the offering. The offering is contact me to get your personal credit in line. And I cannot wait until we do the notary.
How can they get in contact with you?
Yes, please get in contact with me via Instagram, which is Kimiani Professional Services, LLC. You can contact me also through email at info@kjnotarysvcs.com, and also my 800 number, 855-546-9264.
Hey, you guys got to be here next week for the class that we're going to do. Let me tell you something, and she ain't never lied. I tried to learn the business credit thing online. This was before you launched your thing, Kimiani, and I got 2 lawsuits on my ass because of that shit. Like they're suing me, and they're tapping into my bread right now, yo. I'm mad Aggie, yo. I'm heated because of, like, the advice that I got on FreeTube, they set me off, man. So now, like, you know, they tapping into my bread and my accounts. I'm like, I gotta move like a crook does again and shit. Like, I gotta hide money out. Like, yo, let me borrow your account. Send me your routing number, nigga. And then I gotta hide money and shelter money at my auntie house. It's whack.
It's whack. I get it. But yeah, we're gonna make sure people is not going down, the wrong path with it. I had to learn the hard way myself, so I get it.
And as for me, ladies and gentlemen, just go into the description. We have a lot of great things going on there. And if you're looking for another great video to watch, look at the video from 0 to 6 figures, and that'll help you guys a lot with some additional tips. It should pop up at the tail end. I really appreciate you guys on Instagram, YouTube, everybody backstage on this joint. Appreciate. Wait, matter of fact, hold on, Gina, you still on here? Is Gina still on here? Yeah, Gina.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Got any offerings, my dear?
I still have my books out there for therapy related stuff. What I'm actually working on something in terms of helping parents, because being transparent, I have my daughter was having some legal issues, and as a parent myself, there's a lot of laws that we're not privy to, and I'm right now I'm going through with some training on that, on being reacclimated with law and everything. And that's, once I get that together, I'm going to be putting something in place where I'm going to be teaching parents about their rights. Because if you're a parent or a grandparent, they're the government, I'm not going to say too much. I'm gonna, once I finish with everything, I'm gonna put it out there and really be an advocate for parents and to teach them about protecting their rights as parents.
And how can they get in touch with you, Gina?
They can get in touch with me on IG, Regina the Consigliere. You can, I'm on TikTok. I want to start doing some more stuff on TikTok, but you guys are not following me on there. So those that are following me on IG, show some love on TikTok too. So I can start really, giving y'all some heat on what I got going on. But I'm quiet. If you're not going to come, if you're not looking for me, I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to be looking for you. I'm just going to be straight up like that. But I said, you know what? I'm going to go back in the kitchen and I'm going to get some stuff that I know is going to be real value for people. And what I got coming, y'all going to be like, wow, really? Because I'm telling you, if you a parent, you're gonna want to know what I've got to say, and I'll say this. And from weeks starting, maybe in another 2 or 3 weeks, you're gonna start seeing me posting some stuff on Instagram and TikTok about your parental rights, because they being eroded every day on the low, and y'all not ready for what I got to let y'all know on facts. You don't know.
Real quick, Gina, because you only touched on your book being about therapy. Can you speak a little bit more about that, just so the audience knows what your book is about?
Okay, the 3 books I got out. One is Surviving Personal Setbacks. That's just like a mini guide on how to deal with adversity and how to overcome that. That was personal for me, for what I had went through, and just kind of help people from what I went through, how to handle that. Then you have my other book, The Introverted Entrepreneur, How to Succeed in a World That Can't Seem to Shut the Fuck Up. I'm quiet, so I don't like all that noise and all that. So you can get that book to help those like myself that's introverted on how to navigate being an entrepreneur and make this money quietly without all the noise and all the rah-rah. Then you have my other book that I have out. It's basically on how to just deal with life and how to navigate being a business owner and other responsibilities, and just how to navigate that successfully. So that book, both those books is on my personal page. You can go on the link on Instagram and you'll find my books there, and you'll also find my books on Amazon.
Nice. Well done. All right, you guys. So we are signing off. Again, I do recommend watching the video from 0 to 6 figures. Until then, we will see you guys next week. We'll have Kim Yani on the show, and we will be talking about personal credit and how to really get these numbers up. So, because it will affect your business credit and all the other credit that you get. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, peace, love, and happiness. I wish you guys the best.